Hi, everyone. I just have a few thoughts that I wanted to share with you, and I think are very important. To me, it's important. It's something I've wanted to talk about for a while. Um, Listen, I take on all kinds of casting for different types of series or movies, and I don't. Um, I don't want to eliminate the possibilities of a good story and bringing that experience to the masses. I believe that I do all sorts of films. Like I said, I do love faith based, inspirational, quality, and these are the types of films that I like to work on. But on the other hand, I also do stories and casting for these stories and films and series that need to be told um, from a perspective of someone that grew up a certain way in a certain area, a certain neighborhood. They may not have had the ladder to climb out of certain situations or the wherewithal to do that or anybody to reach down and lend them a hand. So, telling their story in a way that they only know and how they grew up may involve cursing. It may involve scenes that um, that we need to hear and see to have an understanding of this person's background and where they came from. Everyone's experience is different. We didn't all grow up in the best neighborhoods and the greatest of situations and circumstances in our lives. Most of us have had a pretty decent life and grown up in a good way. There's others that haven't. They've lived in poverty and impoverished areas that were low income, and even as children had to grow up watching behind them and looking all around them and learning how to survive on the streets and how to get food and how to acquire things. They just didn't have the opportunity. They didn't have the hope. They didn't have the help. And so these stories are important to me. The very first one that really affected me was the movie called Precious. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but that really tugged at my heartstrings. Seeing this young woman growing up in this impoverished area, low income, terrible household. She was abused and treated badly, not only by her family, but by people in the streets, by people she was around. She didn't have a chance. She didn't have hope. But it showed the gritty side of her life that was very hard to watch. But yet, it has to be told. These stories have to be told. You know, we don't all have the same experiences. White folks don't have the same experiences African American folks, or Native American, or Hispanic. We have totally different experiences. How are we going to know how to give hope to this world without knowing their experiences? You have to know these people. This is really important to me, as you can see. So when I cast for these shows and I get people that refer back saying, nope, I'm out, can't do this. How do you know what the storyline is? So they need to be told. It will help people. It won't affect people in a bad way. Most of them have redemptive qualities. You know, you don't go in the corporate world and say, I'm only going to work with you if you're a Christian and Christian company, because I can't be around language and gossip and all this other stuff. That just doesn't happen in the real world. You're going to be around it. You be the light. You be the inspiration. You know, I had a Christian actor tell me one time, I said, he played the devil, actually. I was like, how do you feel about playing the devil? You know, is it kind of hard to do? I'm an actor. That's what I do. He said, you can't tell the story of Jesus in the Bible without having the devil intervene. It's good versus evil. You have to tell both sides. You have to tell the story. You have to see the whole picture and how it evolves and what happens and where you go from there. And that's where the hope comes in, the inspiration, the love, to climb out of that. Okay, so this is so important. So when you send me back information, you see a script and you get the dialogue and you're like, nope, I'm out. You have no idea what the storyline's about. Okay, so I understand some people can't do it. They just won't. They'll turn it down, and it's okay. I understand that too. But just think about it. Think about storytelling from a Christian perspective too. In this world we live in, we're not perfect. Nothing is perfect. People aren't perfect. Experiences aren't perfect. But we have to know each other's experiences to understand each other and have equality. Okay? Peace out. I love you guys. We'll talk soon.